Hi, welcome back to the Leadership Help Desk, where we are in a stock crash of 2020. What do we do as a people trying to search for passive income, trying to get the dividends, and what do we do? Well, I put this board up on Friday, and I didn't really expect to be having this conversation. Things have gotten worse. But I do want to show you my stock portfolio of 15 stocks plus two others that don't pay dividends, and what it would look like for you if you invested $25,000 and you put your stocks on an Excel sheet with all the payments. So the conversation was a little sexier on Friday, but the conversation has changed. So, what to do? Well, for starters, let's just take a look at the Excel sheet. This is what it looks like on my computer. We have the stocks are listed, AT&T, Verizon, Southern Company, Philip Morris, Altria, and so on. And down here we have the oil, where the real problem is at the moment. Over here, and if you want to, take a look at this portfolio, and I don't know if you're going to be interested in it or not, but you could still pause the video and maybe take some notes and see how things are going. So over here we have the stocks. Here we have the dividend per quarter, or in the case of O, it's per month, and in the case of BBL, they usually pay twice a year. Sometimes they pay 3 times a year. So then over here I have the total amount of shares from each stock, and when I multiply the dividend per period times the amount of shares, I get the payout per quarter in most cases. So each stock pays 4 times a year, except for O, which pays every month, and BBL, which pays 2, sometimes 3 times a year. Now, visualize this. I spent $25,000 in August of 2015, which was almost the bottom of the oil thing going on at that time. And now we've got another oil problem with the virus, and it's complicated. So, what did I hear on the news today? Saudi Arabia had a partnership with Russia, and then that fell apart. So now there's a price war on oil, and they're doing this at a time where the demand for oil due to the virus is very low. So it's just like the perfect storm for oil. They want to crush oil prices to knock out the shale producers in the States who have debt, and when they don't get money, they can't service their debt, and now you're going to take down the banks. And watch CNBC and try to draw your own conclusion on how this is going to end. So there we have it. We have the dividends, the number of shares, which I've been investing in AT&T with my dividends. Once I get a certain amount in my account, then I go buy T. Ford, I wouldn't suggest Ford at all right now. No. But when you think from the standpoint of a dividend investor, do we care about the stock price? Well, not so much to a point. AT&T can go up or down a couple of bucks. I don't care. I just don't care, because I still get the dividend. Unless something really goes wrong and they lower the dividend, I don't care. Philip Morris can go up or down 20 bucks. I'm in for the long term. This is 20 years out. I just care about the dividend. Now, I want you to also take a look at, you have to understand that when you buy in at a certain yield. Say 3 years ago or 5 years ago, I bought say AT&T, and I paid a certain amount, probably about 28 bucks, 24 bucks, and I got a yield of probably about 5.75% on that stock. And at the time, the dividend was about 48 cents, I believe. So I'm kind of locked in, and I'm also locked into this payment, and everything's cool. I don't really care if the price goes up a bit or down a bit. I am interested in these numbers, all of these payments. Now here again, visualize what your portfolio is going to look like if you're interested in this, and map it out so you can see all those payments. Now with a group of 15 stocks, I pretty much get paid 60 times a year, and that is very cool. I don't know why I have this O stock. Oh, it's only 5 shares at 23 cents a month. I get a buck. I don't know. I'm married to it. And by the way, when stocks are down probably 21% now, it's, in my opinion, it's too late. You can't be selling stuff. You're taking huge loss. And we'll get into that in a second. I also want you to see that this portfolio is diversified. In 2015, I really was going to capitalize on the oil stocks going down. So in August of 15, I said this might be the bottom. Well, it turned out the bottom was a little bit lower, but everything's been pretty cool since. But diversification, you see this oil, you see Apple, you see auto, you see real estate, you see cigarettes, energy, and telecom. Now right now we're in an oil crisis, so these things down here are getting shellacked. In fact, I don't think the OKE and the Kinder Morgan are going to make it. I mean, that's just my opinion, but it's bad. As for the bigger players, do I think Chevron's going to be here next year? Yeah. Royal Dutch Shell? Yeah. BP? Probably. These other two, I'm not so sure. So if we stick with big names and we diversify across industries, when an oil crisis hits, you're not totally sunk. Now, you have to ask yourself, what does oil and a virus have to do with telecom? People aren't going to use the phone anymore. Probably going to use it more than ever. Are they going to turn off their electricity? Don't think so. Are they going to quit smoking if they smoke or vape? Don't think so. Are the stores going to go out of business so these REITs don't have anybody to rent to? Possibly. Are people going to stop buying cars and iPhones? Yeah, maybe for a little while. Might need to hoard up some cash. We might be losing our job. We might be told to stay at home. We might be told there's no customers. Don't come to work. Need to hoard up that cash. Not going to buy a car today, but 3 months down the road, we might. We'll have to see how things work. Oil, who knows? But I think they're going to pop back. Why would anybody sell their Chevron, which goes up to $120? Today it's down to like 80. Wow, isn't that the time to buy? I would think that'd be the time. I wish I had 5,000 bucks in what they call dry powder to go buy some Chevron. I might not buy Chevron, but if these are down, yeah, I'm going to go get some more. So oil in 2015 was down to $40 a barrel. Today, from my notes, it's at 33. Will it go to 20? Maybe for a little while. Actually, that's a big tax cut for the consumer when you think about it. Now, every time, this is hard to imagine, but when stock's price changes, that means somebody bought and somebody sold. So somebody right now is selling their Apple, and somebody's buying it. Somebody said, I got to get rid of this. I said, somebody else said, I got to get it. So that's hard to imagine. Why is anybody selling their Apple today? Unless the whole thing is just going to blow up. I don't understand. I'm not selling my Apple. Why would I sell my Apple? They pay me. Are they going to pay me next quarter? Yeah, I think so. So, what are your options here? Now, I used to work for a lot of wealthy people. And when I would go into those houses of the wealthy people, about 50% of the time they were watching CNBC all day. And then the biggest house that the guy I worked for, it was a big house, rose gardens, all that stuff. And I didn't see the guy very often, and he was very grumpy. So I'm kind of glad you didn't see him. But I remember when cell phones had first come out, and I got a cell phone, and I was into all that day trading stuff, and you know, buying and selling and all the craziness. And I'd spent most of my day not working, but looking up the latest price of Dell, the latest price of AOL, you know, and constantly watching all this stuff. Woohoo! Oh man! Woohoo! Oh man! And the dot-com bubble was in the beginning, and things were getting nasty. And I remember I called him Jack the Millionaire. Jack the Millionaire's back door was open, and I said, well, okay, it's 11 o'clock. Jack the Millionaire's up, right? He's up. I might see him today. I'd love to see him. What's his take on the stock market? And lo and behold, he stuck his head out and said, you know, come here, you know, I need you to do something else. And I went up, and the first thing I said was, Jack, the stock market is crashing. What are your thoughts? And he said, I don't watch it. To me, that's when you realize, wow, that's maturity, isn't it? I don't care. How many people are saying that today? Well, that taught me a lesson. If I buy good companies and I get a good yield, and you know, who cares if there's a fluctuation? While everybody else is selling and buying, you know. So, what are your options right now? What are your options? If you're in the stock market, are you just going to sell everything? It's too late for that, in my opinion. Are you going to maybe sell half? That would be painful. You've locked in the losses. Maybe I'll just hold on to everything and wait. Maybe things will turn around. That's a possibility. Or I could hold everything and start buying the opportunities, as long as the yields haven't gotten out of hand. When the stock price goes down, the yield goes up, and at some point, for some reason, they go, oh, we can't be paying this anymore, and then they're going to cut it. Buy now. Maybe I'll just hold everything and start buying. Maybe I'll wait until next week and see if things we find a floor, everything kind of starts to stabilize, and then I might buy. Or maybe a month from now, I consider buying. Hoarding up the cash right now. A lot of people would say that this is a sale of a decade. You're not going to get these prices. The market kept going up and up and up and up, and wow, everything looks expensive. I wonder what Warren Buffett is doing right now. He's going, wow, let's look at all these 50% off sales, the 30% off sales, and let's load up on them. It's an opportunity of a decade. This is our chance. We didn't have that chance to buy low. We had to buy high. Now we can buy low. So, what to do? What am I going to do? Well, here's the punchline. I clicked into my online brokerage account about 3 weeks ago. I guess I was tired, something was going on, and I had the wrong code, the wrong password. And I typed it in again. I'm sure it was right, but maybe caps was on. Something happened, and now I can't get into my account. And when you spend a lot of time abroad, that's complicated because they're going to send the new password to a phone number, and I got to make sure somebody's there to capture that and send it to me. And so like it's complicated. How much have I lost during this crash? I have no idea. Is it driving me crazy? No. I can't get into my account, and it's not driving me crazy. Am I worried? Yeah, I'm a little worried. But am I going to sell anything anyway? No. So what difference does it make? I'm kind of like Jack the Millionaire. I don't care. I would like to see how much cash, it's not going to be much, that's in my account, so maybe I could go do some bottom fishing. I would love to do that. But I think I'll wait. Now, I want you to see also here, with all of these payments, man, that's a lot of payments, isn't it? For a small guy, that's a lot of payments. In Excel, you put a total, you have a formula that I have here where you're going to equal sum, say this is column A, B, C, D. You just equal sum in parentheses D1 down to D16, and then we'll get our total for the month. And you'll see that January is the lowest month for me. It is for a lot of people. February, I'd love to get that. If I could just get it above 150, go do some bottom fishing, get that yield up to 150 a month. That would be a little milestone for me. March at 164. April, you see January, April, July, and October are very low. Not a lot of opportunities there. So I have to load up on these stocks to get that number back up. My best month is September, and it is due to be, they paid more, BBL. So there you have it. What to do in a stock market crash? Maybe the answer is to just do nothing. It's up to you. I don't want to sell anything. I'm going to stick with it. Well, I hope this helped laughing at a stock market crash. What's your account amount? I don't know. And I won't know for weeks. Do I care? Not really. It's too late to sell, man. It's too late to sell. So anyway, have a good day.